In November 1497, the French ambassador to the Holy See, Cardinal Jean de Villers-Lagraulas, commissioned Michelangelo to carve a Pietà, a sculpture showing the Virgin Mary grieving over the body of Jesus. The subject, which is not part of the biblical narrative of the crucifixion, was common in religious sculpture of medieval Northern Europe and would have been very familiar to the cardinal. The contract was agreed upon in August of the following year. Michelangelo was 24 years of age at the time of its completion. It was soon to be regarded as one of the world's great masterpieces of sculpture, a revelation of all the potentialities and force of the art of sculpture. Contemporary opinion was summarized by Vasari. It is certainly a miracle that a formless block of stone could ever have been reduced to a perfection that nature is scarcely able to create in the flesh. It is now located in St. Peter's Basilica. While Michelangelo's David is the most famous male nude of all time and destined to be reproduced in order to grace cities around the world, some of his other works have had perhaps even greater impact on the course of art. Shortly before his death, in 1534, Pope Clement VII commissioned Michelangelo to paint a fresco of the Last Judgement on the altar wall of the Sistine Chapel. His successor, Paul III, was instrumental in seeing that Michelangelo began and completed the project, which he labored on from 1534 to October 1541. The fresco depicts the second coming of Christ and his judgment of the souls. Michelangelo ignored the usual artistic conventions in portraying Jesus, showing him as a massive, muscular figure, youthful, beardless, and naked. He is surrounded by saints, among whom Saint Bartholomew holds a drooping, flayed skin, bearing the likeness of Michelangelo. The dead rise from their graves, to be consigned either to heaven or to hell. The Sistine Chapel ceiling was a work of unprecedented grandeur, both for its architectonic forms, to be imitated by many Baroque ceiling painters, and also for the wealth of its inventiveness in the study of figures. Vasari wrote, "The work has proved a veritable beacon to our art, of inestimable benefit to all painters, restoring light to a world that for centuries had been plunged into darkness. Indeed, painters no longer need to seek for new inventions, novel attitudes, clothed figures, fresh ways of expression, different arrangements, or sublime subject, for this work contains every perfection possible under those headings."